Yo, what is happening? My name is Teacher Michael, and I am an online English teacher. Today's video is all about TPR. So if you are unfamiliar with what TPR is, why it's important, and how to use it in the classroom, I made this video for you. So why don't you join me in my online classroom as we talk about TPR. Welcome. This is my online classroom. This is where I teach all of my classes. And before we get into any examples of using TPR in the classroom, why don't we begin this video by defining what TPR even is. TPR stands for Total Physical Response. The idea behind it is to get students physically involved with the lesson and the language that they're learning. Generally speaking, TPR comes in two forms: Instructional TPR and Educational TPR. Let's talk about the difference between the two and also their function in the classroom. Instructional TPR are the physical movements that give instruction to the students. As an example, if I were to ask one of my students to, let's say, circle the pig, if there's a picture of a pig on the screen, I might say, circle the pig, or circle the pig. The physical response that we're trying to get out of the student isn't always the same as what the teacher is doing. So in this example, if I'm saying circle, I don't necessarily want the student to sit there and go like this with their hand, right? I want them to take their hand, put it on their mouse or their pad or whatever, and actually draw a circle. And even though they're not doing the exact same movement that I'm doing, we're still getting a physical response from the student. And that's a very important part of TPR, the response. If the students aren't responding, it's just a bunch of TP. Ew. Some other forms of instructional TPR that we use are movements like this, okay? Cupping your ear, letting the student know that you are listening to them and waiting for a response, or pointing to your mouth. Pig. Giving the instruction that you would like them to speak, to say something. Pig. We really want to focus on the response. Now let's talk about educational TPR. Educational TPR are the types of physical movements that help to animate and explain some of the new words and concepts that you're talking about. Monkey. Monkey. In terms of eliciting a response from the student, I often use the approach of see it, do it. Let the students see it, which means that me or you as the teacher, we're gonna model for the student. Let them see it. Monkey. And then do it. So the way that I communicate that, the instructional TPR that I use, is I say to the student, first me, then you. Monkey. And if the student jumps in right away and starts trying to respond, I might say, First, me, then you. That's usually fairly effective in getting the student to know, like, okay, I'm gonna see it first, then I'm gonna do it. That's the approach. So of course you can use educational TPR to animate things like pig, monkey, rain, all types of different things like that. But I find that educational TPR is the most effective when you're talking about action words. Verbs. Sit down, stand up, run, throw, yeah. All of these types of physical movements, when associated with the word, not only make your classes more interesting, but they are really helping the student to understand the meaning of all of these different words. All of these things are going to be so effective and really just help liven up your classroom a little bit. I'm someone who has a history as a theater performer. I've trained in circus arts and I've done a lot of clowning. And the reason that I bring that up is because clowns are masters of non-verbal communication. In this exercise, I'm going to do a series of 4 movements. I want you to think to yourself, what am I trying to communicate? Okay? Here we go. I am tired. I am sleeping. Of course, the language can vary depending on the level of your student. It could be I sleep, I am sleeping, I am going to sleep, I am going to bed. The language that you're using depends on the level of your student, but the function, the fundamental point that I'm trying to make is that if you can communicate something with no words, when you start layering the words on top of it, all of a sudden, everything becomes a lot more clear because the student already knows what you're trying to say, right? So that is my little clowning tip for the day. I hope you find some of that useful. I hope you can start using some of this instructional, educational, and non-verbal TPR in your classroom. Once again, my name is Teacher Michael. I am an online English teacher. I make videos for YouTube. I'm also a brand ambassador for VIP Kid, and I make a lot of things that have to do with my life as an online teacher. So if you like that sort of thing, if you want to see more videos like that in the future, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the little notification bell. That's going to let you know every time I upload a new video, and that way you won't miss anything. Thanks a lot for watching, and until the next video, have fun teaching. Peace.